Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I hope you had a great day of golf. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for supporting the Orion Fund. And I have been a member since 2019, but today is indeed my first time at the golf tournament, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you. And being on the Orion Fund is a full circle experience for me because I provided mental health services at UC Berkeley to college students for my career. And while we often think of college as being the most fabulous time of your life and pretty carefree, I can also tell you that sometimes it means being sexually assaulted your first week at college. It means living out of a car and being food insecure. And it can also mean getting a cancer diagnosis when you're 20 years old. So what you're doing here today in supporting us is very, very important. Thank you. And to speak directly to someone who has benefited from the kind support, I'm really proud to introduce someone who we were able to help with a grant this season. And so I'd like to welcome Taylor LaFrancis Garcia.
Hi everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So thank you, Lisa, for introducing me. My name is Taylor LaFrancis Garcia, and I'm a law student. So in 5th grade, I had to write a "What do you want to be when you grow up" essay. And looking back, I think my teacher just wanted us to practice our writing in a creative way, but little Taylor took it really seriously. I wrote about how I was going to be a lawyer. I wrote about what kind of lawyer I was going to be. I wanted to do public interest. I wanted to help advocate for people. I wrote about words like social justice. I'm not entirely sure that I knew what that meant at that age, but I was committed. And I even wrote about which law school I wanted to go to. I did all kinds of research, and I felt that I would thrive at Stanford Law. Fast forward, Stanford Law did not think that I would thrive there, but it's okay because I'm thriving at Santa Clara Law School. So, the day I got admitted to law school, I felt like everything that I had done to work up to that point had all fallen into place. I worked my entire life to get into law school to become a lawyer, and then 1 month after I got my acceptance letter, I had my first seizure. I had no idea why this was happening. It was just a normal day at Trader Joe's. That was my job in between undergrad and law school, and I just fell over and seized at the counter. I woke up not knowing my name. I didn't know where I was. I didn't recognize my parents. I woke up to a bunch of coworkers around me, ambulance, firefighters. It was a really, really scary and uncertain time, but also I had worked my entire life to get into law school and I wasn't ready to give it up. So I decided to go to law school in August anyway, and I thought, it's okay, I've pushed through a lot of things, I'm gonna be fine. That wasn't quite the case. So I get to law school and I'm having convulsive seizures at least once a week. That meant that I was in the ER more often than I was in class. I stayed multiple times in the ICU, days at a time, sometimes 3 days without ever regaining consciousness. I had more EEGs and MRIs than I can even count. I was on so many different medications, I couldn't help but fall asleep before 10 a.m. And I also couldn't help but fall asleep in class or lose my attention in class, which made learning the material and studying for law school exams really difficult. In some ways, my first year of law school was conventional. I was always confusing contracts. I lived in a study room. I hated property. I'm gonna have to relearn that class for the bar for sure. And I read more than I ever wanted to. But at the same time, my body was fighting itself in a way that no one around me could understand. I moved to the Bay Area. I had no family up here. I didn't know anyone that had seizures. I'd never even seen a seizure. So that time, I struggled with staying in school, with taking a medical leave, with being able to afford all of these medical bills that were just piling and piling on. I still have no idea why I had my first seizure at 23 years old, but I do know that I'm really, really lucky because I almost lost my fight with epilepsy after a particularly bad seizure. I fell down the stairs, seized, stopped breathing, and for some reason my roommate woke up at like 2 in the morning and came and found me before it was too late, but that was almost the end for me. I was really lucky to have found an amazing group of Santa Clara firefighters. Engine 91 knows me by name, unfortunately, but they have gone above and beyond for me these last 3 years. I found administrators and professors who have supported me in ways that I can't even thank them for. And I've also found the generosity of the Orion Fund. When I went into law school, I was prepared to be in debt, take out loans to be a full-time student, but I wasn't prepared for all of the medical debt that I would incur. I wasn't prepared to stay at the hospital for a week to induce seizures, hoping to get some answers, and then have my insurance say that they're not going to cover that stay. I wasn't prepared for $1,000 medication that was supposed to be saving my life, but that I couldn't afford to pay for. It was medication or rent. So by the time I found the Orion Fund, I was in the habit of ignoring my phone anytime I saw an unknown number because I knew they were just calling for money that I did not have. The Orion Fund really helped me focus on law school instead of focusing on the stress and anxiety that comes with medical debt. Now, I've been able to take unpaid internships in public defense, which is the career I'm pursuing. I've been able to start the Disabled Law Students Association at Santa Clara Law for other law students like me to have a community. So I just want to thank you guys for being out here. I want to thank the Orion Fund and just let you guys know that this grant changed my life, and so I appreciate you guys continuing to support students like me.
Yeah.